What are 3 things that Halloween Horror Nights and I have in common? We're fun, we're scary, and we're about to be extremely full of food. Ben and Nob here, and tonight we're at Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights 2024. Now, we're here for one thing and one thing only, and that's the food. But before we can kick our night off, we gotta go find a Stay and Scream to hang out in before the food starts flowing. Let's go find one.
We are just steps inside the park, and Universal has already changed up the 2024 HHN season. The 2 Stay and Scream areas for this season are New York and the World Expo. This really has to do with location of the houses. Not a huge surprise that those are the Stay and Scream areas. However, we just wanted to make sure that you know, so when you come to HHN, you can plan accordingly.
We might be in the Stay and Scream section for like an hour before food started. Food started. So we're starting our night strong with a sour cream and chive twisted tater. Hydrate or die when you're at HHN, because there is plenty of booze to come. Is the proper way to eat a twisted tater just to dive in, or do you peel? Tell us in the comments, because I feel like this is the appropriate way to eat a twisted tater, but it's not the way that I feel like I'm being very appropriate right now. You know, originally my heart said to go with the garlic parmesan, but I know that Ben likes sour cream and onion flavored stuff, and so sour cream and chive seemed right up his alley. Ben, I think you're really gonna like this. It's crispier than last year's twisted tater. Clearly they've been frying stuff up for a while already. It still doesn't have that crispness of a kettle chip, potato chip, but it's because it's a twisted tater, not a kettle chip. But I have to say, if you're going for a twisted tater, get one with seasoning on it, not just salt. I think it adds a little extra, and I'm a big fan. We jumped right over from the twisted tater booth over to the Twilight Tavern, and I have my official first Blinky Cup of the season, which is a sarcophagus spiced cider. To be perfectly honest, the color of it is not appealing. However, it sounds good. There's multiple kinds of booze in here. One of them's tequila, one of them's vodka, and then I think it has some lime and orange in it. And then can't hate on fish and chips. And they look very well battered. They come with, some tartar sauce. Not as much tartar sauce as I would prefer. But let's start with the Blinky Cup. It's not blinking at the moment, but it'll be blinking tonight after a couple more of these. That tastes just like spiced cider. I was expecting a lot more of a hit from the tequila and the vodka. This is a dangerous drink because it's cold, it's refreshing, and I have a strong feeling as I work on this longer, this video is gonna get a bit messier. So apologies now, folks. I've got 2 complaints right now. 1, this is hot and fried food. And when you're hot and you're eating fried food and it's hot, that just doesn't mix. 2, need more tartar. That's the worst thing I got going on in my life. We're doing all right today. But let's dive in. They're not too hot right now. They've been sitting for a moment. Freshly fried. Let's see how the crunch is. Ready? Again, aside from eating hot fried food on a hot day, this is great. Like, it's very well battered, very crispy. The fish is juicy, and that tartar sauce hits, especially with that hint of lemon on there. Would I prefer it to be like 20 degrees colder when I eat this? Absolutely. But you gotta do what you gotta do at HHN. It's a pizza skull. Sorry, I wasn't ready for you to say action. Isn't this the cutest thing? Beep, 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 beep. I should cut a hole right there so we can talk. Okay, so here we are with our pizza skull from 57 Fair over in the New York section. People are queuing up left and right for the houses currently, and in the meantime, we're just moseying around, grabbing bites of food, enjoying our time. I have never eaten one of these pizza skulls before, but I've always wanted to get one. I actually, come to think of it, I thought it was served with a cup of marinara sauce, but maybe I'm making that up in my mind. But pizza skull, he's warm, he's soft. Ready to take a bite? Dough seems good. I see pepperoni, I see more dough, I see sauce, and I see cheese. Nothing in that sounds bad. I feel like I'm 10 and eating a pizza pocket. But it's not frozen in the middle, so that's great. This is good. It reminds me a lot of a pizza pocket, like those ones you get from Costco. Good ratio of cheese and marinara, but I also can appreciate that there's pieces of pepperoni in it. Give me a minute, I'm gonna finish this. It is 10 to 6. We are in the New York Sand Scream section. The houses are going, the scare zones are running, or at least this one is. But we're waiting for this gate to open up so we can head down and go play with some Death Eaters. Well, that was a fun little intermission, and I got in a duel and I didn't have a wand, so we fixed that, and now I have my very own Death Eater wand. We need to get back to eating more food. There is tons of stops in this park tonight, lots of treats, lots of savory items that we need to try. So we need to get on our way and continue doing our loop around the park, or 2 or 3. I think we're gonna backtrack just a little bit and go over to Lombard's and check out to see what kind of sweet treats they have there. Change of plans. Lombard's didn't seem to have any HHN treats at this moment. We might have either missed them, like they ran out already, or they haven't been stocked yet for this evening. Who knows? Maybe they'll just show up later. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, so we'll see. In the meantime, I've got an empty Blinky cup. There's places to get drinks, there's places to get more food up here, just before the MIB section, before the bridge. So I think we're on our way to the next food item. Refilled our Blinky cup with ghoul juice, a traditional staple at HHN. Some dark rum, yum. This is gonna be refreshing before we go into Nightmare Fuel. And then we also got a goblin pie, which is basically like a little apple pie like you'd see at Mickey D's, except it's covered in cinnamon sugar and a little bit of raspberry jam on top. I'm excited for this. Also, it's warm and toasty, which typically would be amazing, but it's also hot out. So we'll see how well it goes down. At least I've got a nice drink to wash it down with. I like that. This is like a cinnamon sugar churro with raspberry jam. If you were to like dip it into apple pie filling, but it's baked inside. I don't know if you can see that, but this is really good. I don't really want to share it with you, Ben.
Yeah. That's my big thing. Like, I'll see it.
We're out of time. You can go grab another one.
For it being 8 o'clock show, we were in line at 7.
It's 7:18 right
is
now. Yeah.
busy back here.
Yeah.
Busy.
This is
Nightmare Fuel though, because
this is what you can expect on night 1 of HHN.
it's gonna be packed.
Be busy. You're gonna wait. It's definitely not the experience we had at Premium Scream Night.
Bring your patient pants.
Bring your patient pants. Thank the team members.
Hydrate.
Patient.
Hydrate.
grill circus is fantastic. We have so much more food to eat, so we gotta get to it. We're slacking on this film right now. Come on, Ben, we need to eat more food. 9 out of 10 scientists say that water tastes better out of a blinky cup. We're over at DreamWorks Imagination Cafe, which used to be the Kids Zone Pizza Company, if you haven't been here since the refresh. We're in line for pizza fries, because you can't do HHN without enjoying a nice hot tray of pizza fries. We have quite a bit of food here. Just like bam, bam, bam. We both went and got in line, busted some things out. So I have our pizza fries here from Imagination Cafe over in the DreamWorks area. They are still so hot, and I'm sure Ben will clip it in, but I was very proud to make it through the entire scare zone of zombies and not spill this everywhere. On top of that, Ben picked out some items over here. I'm gonna let him describe what he got. I know that this one's chicken with some chimichurri, the spinal column chicken, I think it was. But I have no clue what's in this bowl. So I think I'll start with that and see if I can figure out what it is. It has a tortilla in it, some sauce, and in this lighting, I think it's pork. Hard to say. The real question is, should I put it in the tortilla? We're gonna do a bite of each, so just dive in. Ooh, it smells good. That's tasty. That pork's nice and shredded. Well done. I don't know what the menu said. I think it's giving me a little bit of a mole sauce on top. But I also want to try it in this tortilla to get a real idea. Also, I'm trying not to get it all over my fingers, but we might. I like it. The tortilla is a corn tortilla. Hit or miss on corn tortillas for me. I could go for flour with this one particularly, but that's fine. Not gonna complain. I really like this as like, we got a honking piece of chicken come out, but this is a solid bowl of shredded pork. Soft, juicy, good sauce on top. Has a slight spice to it, but it's not hot. So well flavored. I like having the good protein option. This is really nice. So before we dive into the pizza fries, we have chicken to eat. Next, spinal column chicken. It is grilled chicken on a skewer, topped with a chimichurri sauce. We have heard very good things about this. It has been talked about well by a number of people. So not to hype it up, but like it's got high expectations. It's also a lot of chicken. Like, you know the sticks they put the twisted tape? Oh, and it's heavy. Like, that's a lot. Slow-mo or dive right in? Ready? Oh my gosh. That chimichurri sauce is amazing. I think you can put that chimichurri sauce on a number of savory items and it's not gonna be bad. Like, that chicken, well done, well cooked, not dry. It's juicy, clearly, because there's quite a bit of stuff on the plate here. But that chimichurri sauce is really what puts it over the edge. And I appreciate, you're not just getting little baby pieces of chicken, like, you're getting a giant piece. So, I think Ben and I are gonna, for sure, eat this whole entire thing, because protein gains, but also it's really yummy. This is one of two. I ordered a crepe, and then I found out there's another crepe I can get that is not on that menu yet. but it's called the peanut butter creeper. So you know I had to get it. The first crepe we have is the lemon blueberry crepe. Now, if you can see this, I don't know if the lighting around here is great for it, but the crepe is blue. Will that affect the flavor? I've got no clue. But it is a lemon pound cake with lemon curd, fresh blueberries, whipped topping, and powdered sugar. All things I absolutely love. But I also got a second crepe, which we're really gonna have to compare. Opposite ends of the spectrum, both sweet crepes, but very different reasons they're sweet. But I love both of these flavors nonetheless. So we're gonna grab this next crepe, then go find a place that's quiet and enjoy these sweet delights. This next crepe is an annual pass holder special, but supposedly they might be bringing it to the menu for this HHN season. So hold tight. It's a rumor, I don't know, but I was able to order it. So it is the peanut butter creeper, and on it, I'm reading you exactly what it is. It says black crepe shell with peanut butter, Reese's Pieces, peanut brittle, and a peanut butter cup. How can you hate that? We're gonna start with this one. I think this one will give me a bellyache. I think both of them might, honestly, but
Whoa.
that's some hefty. So personally, we don't normally eat crepes with this fork, but you didn't see anything. The menu sign didn't say this was vegan, but I've also seen online that this is vegan. It's not necessarily shouting, oh, that this is vegan whipped cream, so I don't know. Like, if it is vegan, awesome, work. You fooled me. If it's not, I'm a mess. This night's going downhill. If it's not, well, it's very good. Now, the lemon pound cake, it's a little dry, so you really want that whipped topping with it. But those blueberries pop. This is nice. Let's see if I can get a little more lemon curd in a bite here, because that lemon curd slaps. No, I'm gonna make a mess. Okay. I'm a sucker for lemon curd. But we've got a nice sweet light treat. And we got this baby right here. Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna dive in. Slow-mo? If you ever felt the need to just do this to a jar of peanut butter and eat it on up, order this crepe. I'm a little disgusted with myself. My tummy kind of hurts from those crepes. So I thought, why not get more sweets? That'll make it feel better, right? Right? I'm gonna buck up. My tummy does hurt a little bit because of a lot of the sweets, and now we're about to add 2 different cakes to this, which is only gonna take it downhill even further. I said we'd get savory. Guess what? We didn't. So, when we do these, we do look at a little bit of research ahead of time and decide items that, you know, what sounds good to you? What do we want to get? These are the 2 items on the list that I said I really wanted to try. The first we have is the chocolate raspberry death cake, which is devil's chocolate cake with raspberry buttercream, chocolate ganache, and white chocolate bones on top. The way it looked in the actual like pastry case, this cake is amazing. It is bright red. If my teeth aren't stained after this, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. The second item we have is the chocolate cranial cake. This item might be the most interesting looking item of all tonight, because it's not just a little like skull pizza guy. It's a skull with looks like a knife through the eyeball, and it is gushing blood. So this is a devil's cake with cherries, dark chocolate coating, coconuts, and pecan filling. I can only imagine the pecan is part of the brain. So I'm not a big cherry chocolate person, but I might let that slide for this one. I'm very excited to give it a try. The raspberry pops. Like, I thought there'd be like a raspberry jammy layer. No, there's just a good raspberry flavor in this, and it shines above the chocolate. The frosting is actually lighter than I expected. That's got a hit of raspberry in it. Are my teeth red? Let's try some black, if that doesn't do it. Yeah. Delicious. This next one, the cranial cake, is covered in dark chocolate. So I'm either gonna have to stab it or just bite right into it. I don't know. We're gonna start with stabbing. I think that seems a little more reasonable. The coconut and pecan is actually throughout the cake, not just in one spot. And it's actually a lighter cake than I expected. The other one was more dense. This is a little bit lighter, so. I like the coconut. I like the pecan. Very light on any cherry flavoring that I'm getting. Let's have another bite, because I feel like I didn't get the full fill here. Also, I'm just ripping this skull apart. Yeah, that one's a lot more doable for me. It's probably because of the lack of frosting. It's a very light cake. It's also cold in the middle, so I don't mind that. It's very refreshing for tonight. And that cherry flavor is really not popping. So for good or bad, if you're looking for a heavy cherry chocolate flavor, this might not do it for you, but if you don't mind or you don't really want that cherry flavor, you may enjoy the cranial cake. Also, it's just adorable to look at. I've got too much to hold, but we have eggs in the further. I have the boozy drink from the Insidious booth. It's got White Claw in it, and the rest of it, I don't know. But I know that's a piece of licorice on top, and I don't like licorice. Great. And then the last thing is the red door, which I believe is like a vegan hand pie, but it's red dough, so that'll be interesting. I'm gonna go see if we can find a place to set all this down so we can sit and eat it for a moment. Ben really is excited about these eggs though. We were looking forward to trying these. Eggs at a theme park. Who'da thunk? Here's a question. Are these eggs scrambled or are they fried? They just said eggs. And it's like toad in a hole, so it's in a nice piece of bread here, and there's a hole. But my mind said scrambled, but in reality, I don't feel like that's how this should be served. So, a mystery we're about to solve.
We said earlier, we researched these things ahead of time a little bit. And this
By
is
research, we mean Google.
by Google. Miss Wizarding World, thank you for your website. It helped us out quite a bit. This is one that I wanted to try. It smells spicy. It's like jalapeno eggs or jalapeno toast or something spicy. It's spicy. It's almost like a salsa on top of like toast.
It's a shashuka.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
What's a shashuka?
It's tomato. Like a salsa.
Makes sense. It's like a salsa because it is a salsa. And there's like a cheese. I'm not really sure where the egg is.
Find the egg.
There we are. It's all the way down there at the bottom.
What kind of egg is it?
It's a fried egg. It's kind of a medium fried egg. It's not really hard.
Over easy?
No, it's not easy because it's not oozy. Kind of over medium. Oh, that's hot. That's really hot. Oh. And it's spicy. I'm lucky it's cooled down a little bit, or else I would not be having a good time. It's very yummy though, because it's like, I don't drink.
Do I have to eat the licorice on top?
Yep.
It's black licorice. The worst kind of licorice. There are two types of people in this world. Those who like black licorice and everybody else. I'm part of everybody else. Yep. That's black licorice. Oh, it hits you in the end. For those who like black licorice in the world, I applaud you, I guess. Somebody's got to eat it. Ooh, but we like that drink. The White Claw in it, great. I want to say there was like blackberry and lime also. Yeah, universal. Omit the black licorice, top it with a different kind of gummy, and you've got a winner. I could drink this one all night at HHN. But you know, there's no laws when you're drinking claws, right? What part's up on the store? Here's the red door. We're gonna say this is the bottom. But look, there's the back. It's like, my niece colored it red for us. I'm just gonna work on breaking this open here and you guys can see what's inside. We follow Vegans of Universal on Instagram. They post a lot of cool stuff, so great person to follow if you are a non-animal product eater. I myself do prefer some animal products, but every once in a while a vegan pie hits, so let's see if this one fits in that category. That's kind of like eating a hand chicken pot pie with no chicken. Less gravy-y, but like the warm peas, carrots, and pieces that are in this, very good. And the dough is well done, like nice and flaky, but cooked all the way through. Like you're not getting soft spots on this, but I gotta be honest. Again, warm food item on a warm night. If you fed this to me in late November and it's a nice crisp 50 degrees out, this would be fantastic. Tonight, just gonna keep working on this claw and I'll work on this as things get going a little bit better. The Raining Blood light bulb. That might be what it said on the menu. It's got bourbon in it. I don't like bourbon. We have Abbott's Farm Corn Chowder, which is topped with 3 shrimp. Kind of surprised by that. It didn't have shrimp in the picture. I didn't know I was gonna get shrimp. Not mad about it. Another hot bowl of something toasty for your evening on a nice toasty evening. Let's get a bite of this. That's good corn chowder. I like a good chowder. It's thick, it's rich. That corn has a nice sweetness to it. Like, if I wasn't already very, very stuffed, and also if it wasn't this hot out, like, I want to keep eating this fall. This might be one of the favorite things I've had tonight.
When we talk about foods that I had to try because it's a tasty HHN treat, this is the one. I got so much anxiety during the movie when Emily Blunt stepped on the nail. When I saw this eclair, I was like, 1, that's creative. 2, I gotta have it. I love eclairs. I love just like cream-filled dark. That is just this is just a piece of chocolate.
Where's the eclair?
But you are gonna make a mess with this thing. I'm gonna have chocolate everywhere. When I'm trying to hide from the thingy-majiggers, I don't want chocolate on my hands. And that's a chocolate-filled eclair. It's a nice puff pastry. Pretty good chocolate filling. This is one, mark my words, they're gonna redo this one at Christmas, but with having like a Christmas topping, because when I tasted that, I was like, that's Christmas, not Halloween. So this one is one of those that I think will come back for Christmas, or in some form or fashion.
Yeah, with the nail in it still.
With the nail in it still, and bleeding, and with all the Quiet Place things. We ate a lot of food today.
We did. It
Wow.
didn't feel, personally, and you guys can tell us if you disagree, it didn't feel like as much food as we ate at last HHN, but I also think we spread it out for a longer portion of time. What was your favorite food tonight?
The chimichurri sauce.
Just the sauce?
Just the sauce. I'd drink that with a straw if I had to.
That chimichurri sauce, it was very, very good. What was your least favorite food?
I don't know, spice and this heat just didn't mix.
Honestly, that would be my answer as far as least favorite food is just hot food.
Hot food.
There's so many hot food options, which is wonderful, but on a hot night,
Wait, leave
baby.
that for the later in the season.
here's an idea. Universal, do an ice cream treat.
Ooh, ice cream.
Do an ice cream treat at HHN. I think those would sell like hotcakes. Kind of a pun intended there. Hot food.
Hopefully,
hot
though, that this video gives you a little bit of a snippet into what you can expect for when you come for your Halloween Horror Nights adventures.
There's so many great options, so many great foods, so many great drinks, and honestly, just the souvenir cup alone is it's worth it.
If you got anything out of this video, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out quite a bit.
Stay tuned for more
HHN,
content.
thanks for watching.
Bye.